Good morning and welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. I'm on my way to go surf this morning and there is extreme traffic right now. Today I'd like to talk about something that's been on my mind for a little while. It's something that worries me a little bit. It's the subject of musicians who are learning solos, complicated solos in some cases, verbatim, and being able to sing along with the original and just nail it, and then thinking that their work stops right there. That's a pretty good summation of where my worry comes from. I see it with instrumentalists, but mostly I see it with singers. And I would just like to say for the record that I think it's a wonderful idea to learn solos. I've said that before. I do it myself. I've transcribed solos, and I think that's a great way to help you to become a better musician. Now, there's one reason to transcribe a solo, in my opinion, and that's so that you can learn the lines from it and kind of tuck them in your belt to keep for later so that you can pull those lines out and use them in your own soloing. But I just want everybody who's starting out to realize that transcribing a solo and singing it along with the person who originally played it, or playing it along with the person who originally played it, is not where your work ends. And it's not that impressive. It's impressive to have learned something that's difficult. I'll tell you, the next step impressive is to sing it along with a play-along track, or an accompanist, or a rhythm section, and nail every note without the original artist playing it along with you. Like, say you learned Charlie Parker solo. To be able to sing that Charlie Parker solo and actually nail all of the notes without having Charlie Parker behind you as a guide is much more, it's up a level for me. It's more impressive. Now, then to take that same, maybe 8 bars of a solo and put them into your own improvising in another song where you can tell that it fits, that's next level impressive to me. I've recently learned a lesson from my son about this. You guys have probably seen my son Charlie. He sings really nicely. He's got a lot of talent, and he's learning. He's 13, and so he's growing every day, and it's really fun to watch him in his practice. And recently he's become a little bit obsessed about the musical Into the Woods. He listens to it a lot and sings along with everybody all the time on it, the men, the women, the children, and there's some very, very complicated melodies, like really complicated melodies. So he was sitting next to me in the car yesterday, and we were listening to it, and he's singing along, and I'm going, gosh, those are hard melodies. It's amazing to me that you've learned them. And he just shook his head, and he said, yeah, Mom, but I put on the karaoke track yesterday. I found it on YouTube, and I couldn't do it when there's not a singer singing along with me. I was like, Charlie, you've just illustrated something and taught me something that's so key. It is so much harder to do those kind of things on your own than it is along with the original. Now, along with the original is where it starts, but it's only your first step. I said, you keep working at it. That's your next goal. Do a little bit at a time. Just focus on one song. See if you can get all those difficult skips and jumps and things that seem pretty atonal, and see if you can nail them when nobody's there to help you. I love that goal. That's going to help him so much. Charlie doesn't like to sing jazz, so I don't know if it'll help him, if I could say it would help him in improvisation, but he loves R&B music and pop music, and he's always singing runs, and I'm always trying to get him to sing runs that are more complicated than just a pentatonic, like major pentatonic or minor pentatonic runs like everybody does. So I'm hoping that maybe all of these difficult notes end up coming out sometime in his little runs and melismas, improvisations on, sustained notes or whatever. I think it's exciting. So if this is you, if I'm talking to you and you've learned a really complicated solo, don't be down on yourself. You've done a cool thing, a really cool thing. Just keep in mind that it doesn't stop there. The next step is to turn off the original, sing with a play along, make sure that you can get those notes when you don't have your leader with you. And then don't ever sing them in that context again. You need to forget it, because that transcription is not the end. It's just a means to an end, and the end, the real end, is for your own improvisation to grow by leaps and bounds. All right, thank you for listening to my little rant and humoring me while I'm in my traffic. Please don't be concerned about my driving. I haven't been going much faster than 25 the whole time. And I will have fun surfing, and you have fun in your day. And please subscribe to me if you haven't yet. That way you get a notification every time I make a video, which is nearly every day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on Aimee Nolte Music.